Candace Owens caused some controversy with her recent tweet. She wrote, "Ban pornography. It is a psychological weapon intended to weaken our men." Cardi B responded, "How? It actually should teach men how to please a woman." Someone else wrote, "Porn messes with motivation, impulse, discipline, feeling rewarded. It's the same brain impact as being on cocaine." All right, what's your take on this, Al? What do you think?
Well, when she's right, she's right. Candace Owens has been making some sense lately. We've talked about that a couple of times here on the show. And, I was really kind of shocked at Cardi B's response, too, because we know that research has been done by researchers like Cross and Wright, and that was as late as 2016, and they found that there is definitely a correlation between increased attitudes of violence against women and excessive porn use. And we've got to be more aware of this, and we've got to let the public know that. So, and the reason why we've seen it is because of the accessibility to porn, the easy ability to watch it and watch it on our phones now for extended periods. And that creates a lot of aggression, both sexually, physically, and mentally towards women. So we've got to be very careful as it relates to porn and talking about the effects that it have on women.
I was talking to a married couple in Aruba that's very happily married, and I asked about one of the keys to a successful marriage and sex life. Not successful marriage. I asked about sex life. And he said that he actually has he does watch porn and he learned a lot from it, and he doesn't find it, he's not obsessed with it. I think with everything is moderation. I think we're going down a slippery slope with all these, now you can't do this, now you can't say that. We're no longer the land of the free anymore. We are getting way too in the weeds with telling people what they can do in the privacy of their own home. It's banned. Pornhub is banned in Texas. And I think that is, these fake, outraged folks are just doing way too much. I think it's overreach. Matt, how do you feel about porn? What do you think about it? Is there a healthy amount of
Well, I'm in a bit of a conundrum on this. I think honestly that you have to do things in moderation. Of course, me coming from the adult entertainment industry and me being notorious or infamous for being a pioneer in an industry where it was dominated by Caucasian men, and I came through and I made a successful career out of it. For myself, but I also retired and moved on to other things. I think the consumption of it is questionable when it comes to certain stuff. I think that everything should be done in moderation. Mm-hmm. Even when they were absorbing me, I was like, honey, you can only get so much of me, only a bit. And then put it down and come back and get it, we're taking in too much of me.
Then they want you more.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Now that I'm older, I understand that I have deprived myself from a real personal life because I've been involved in that secular lifestyle, and I also made lots of money from it. But in my personal life, I think I've lacked a lot of things in my personal life. If I had the chance to do it all over again, I'm questioning myself. Would I have done it, or would I have, went about it the same way? So I'm in a bit of a conundrum.
I think that's a good point, but also we have to understand that the variety of access to porn has changed. You have gangbang type porn that people really get into. You have rape culture porn that people really get into. You have, this bondage type porn that people really get into. It's not like just the regular porn that a lot of people use in order to stimulate, their sex lives or their marriages. We have very aggressive forms of porn that consuming it can lead to violent behavior. And that's what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about using porn to bring spice to your love life or bring spice to your marriage or just to learn different techniques to please your woman. I'm talking about those who are using it excessively, and especially watching those porns that portray women in a very submissive and volatile and sensitive way.
It makes sense. The point is that go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry, Claudia.
I was just gonna say it makes sense, but what the problem is when I say slippery slope is what's over the top to you, right? Which can be very reasonable. Or what is safe for you to someone else could say, oh my God, that's too much. And I just wonder, where does that stop? And are we going to get to a point where everything is so policed that there's nothing? I do agree. We don't need to have snuff films, all that kind of stuff. But there, we can find you a person that's going to be against even missionary style porn. There's just so many people that are just, I just feel like a slippery slope with our rights here. What were we going to say, Maddie?
I want to know what Al's OnlyFans is.
Hey, I got to work on that. You're right. I got so many jobs. That's about to be my next one. I promise. I got you.
Lord.
Give me 30 days.
Let's not forget, most popular category is teen. That tells you everything you need to know. Yeah, that's bad. And Mariah Nelson said, God set your path the way it was supposed to be, Maddie. That's right. And D-Ray said they shouldn't have strip clubs either because that's soft porn. See, now we're going down a slippery slope. Now we're going to go from that to magazines, and then it's going to be swimsuits. Then it's going to be nothing. Then we're going to be in sweaters all day long. Sandra Richardson said, I guess a broken clock can be right twice a day. I actually agree with Candace on this one. And Tisa Davis, fellow Texan, I'm mad they took my Pornhub away in Texas. I am too.